YouTube Tuesday from Barnabas Junction, brought to you in association with the Model Railway YouTube Community Group, MRYCG, connecting the Model Railway community together. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. Just search for MRYCG.
Hello, good evening everybody. Welcome to the next YouTube Tuesday from me, Jason, Barnabas Junction. How are you all? Hope you are well as much as I am. Been a bit busy in the last couple of days doing work on the layout in preparation for tonight's episode. So if you've seen the thumbnail, you know what it's about. If you haven't, I'm going to explain in a moment. But first of all, you have to excuse me because I'm looking in different places because stuff's around. So first of all, let's do this. A big thank you, get my words out, to the channel supporting members. As always, big thanks to the Train Freak, Owens Model Railways, Leicester Station TMD, Building the ELR Step by Step, Simmons Trains, Model Railway Showcase, Flint Hills, Model Railway Jeff Hammond, Valleybrook 2, Crossways Point Junction, Eagle Creek, Darren Faulkner, Sparky 107, Donegal Dad, Mike Pringle, Dave Smith, Paul Sinek, Containerman 68, Hollybrook Junction, The Growler, Blackwood, Chris Jubb of Hernborough, New Durham Junction, Stephen Lockhart, Model Railway, Andy Moreland, that is, Charlie McGowan, John A. Dawson, Effingham, Micro Scenics, Flymore Chairman 1, and Main Train Esports. Huge thank you to all of you for being supporters of the channel, bringing it to what it is today, and helping to bring these videos each and every week in each of these series. Is full links to those channels. Please do check them out. If you're not already a subscriber, please do so. They'll gratefully appreciate it. And big thank you to those, obviously, for supporting this channel. If you would like to become a channel supporter, links are in the description below, or unless my moderator might just drop a link in there for you to give a click on and show your support by becoming a channel member. Don't forget, channel members do actually get a few extra little perks along the way, especially if you're a level 4 member. More on that a little later on. Okie dokie. So today we've got the usual, the shout outs as always, and the kit building. As mentioned, we're going to be kit building the scale model scenery, chain link security fencing. I've got 2 packs of this. This is an unopened packet here. So I'm showing you this one so you can know it is. It's the LX00700A. There is different versions, and I'll explain why there's different versions in a moment. But I've already started work on this because it's quite an intricate kit. Reason why it's very intricate is because of it's replicating something in the real life. It's very, very tiny. It's very fiddly as well. So you can't really see it on the cameras yet. I'll bring you down in a little moment to have a closer look. But I've already started putting in a section of this fencing just to give me an idea of how easy it is to go together and basically work out where things are going to go in comparison for making sure it's not up against anything that like trains going past. So this security fencing, I don't know, has any of you guys out there watching right now, have any of you got this fencing? Have any of you built it? I'd be interested to know your thoughts on it, how you went about it. And if you haven't, would you? Or would you basically have a go at something similar, as in something like these that I've used across the layout quite a bit? These are the MDF style fencing. They are still going to be featured on this TMD area at another point, but for here, this is going in pretty much the full length of this side of the TMD, are wrapping around this control panel, the office block as we could call it. So I have ordered obviously the 2 packs, but I think I'm only going to end up using 1 pack. We'll see, or maybe 1.5 packs. But I've been looking at the instructions, as us men don't, but I have, because of how intricate this kit is. So yeah, let's have a look at the chat. I've got my tablet this week, so obviously we can't use the iPad at the moment. So let's have a look at the chat. Let's look who's in. Crossways Point Junction, Bernie, the fastest wheelman in the West. Train Freak, good evening to you, or afternoon should I say. Flymore Chairman's in. David Cook, Beaten Off Junction, Dave, good evening to you. The Growler's in, good evening Growler. Who else we got in? Oswestry Road TMD, saying hi to Jason and everyone else. Crossways, what is that you just said? I've just seen something, I'll come back to that in a moment. Hemel Down and Model Railway, evening, Jason and all in chat. Hemel Down, good evening to you. Hope your competition is going well. Who else have we got? People are talking about drinks. Oh, talking of drinks today. Well, I'm on the ice cold cause today. And it can be ice cold because with that new heater, which is down there today instead of down here, I've only had it on 10 minutes and it's lovely and warm up here. It's that warm, I could probably take my jumper off. Finniston Central, Brian, good evening to you. Simon, the Railway Enthusiast 83, good evening, Simon. Hope you are well. What else? What's that, Simon? Good evening, everybody. Jason's building the fences to keep the DB out. Yeah, probably. Les Gilpin's in. Good evening to you. Who else have we got in? Anybody else in the chat? Just trying to catch up. Anyone else? No one else, other names in the chat that I can see as of yet. But if you are watching, please do pop in the chat. And also give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. You need to be a subscriber to be able to chat in these videos these days. So if you're watching and you're not in the chat and you want to be in chat, just click the subscribe button, wait a few minutes, and then you can be chatting away in the chat room with everybody else and say hi to everybody. So thank you all for joining us. Remember, yeah, give it some thumbs up as well. Just looking, my phone's struggling for some reason. Let me just refresh that. So, yes, security fencing. I'm just going to bring the camera over here just so I can actually show you what I've already done so far. Because let me just move this camera. I've got it on the tripod so it will stand up. So there we go. You can just see by the 66. Let me bring that a bit further over. So there we go. That is what I've already built or had a go at playing around with. Let me get a little pointy sticky. Where have I gone and put it? It's over there. There it is. Right. So for here, this is the walkway that goes across. Let me move that out of the way. The walkway that goes across to the main shed. So I wanted a gate in there. I put a single gate. You can get double gates, and those double gates are on the sheets. I have already pre-sprayed this as well in grey, so obviously they come unpainted. So you get the double gate. You get 2 double gates, and you get 2 single gates. Now I'm pretty much going to be using all of these. And then these are the support posts, and I've already cut out the fence posts, which are all in here. These are exceptionally tidy. Now these are what's called, do we getting that in focus for you guys? There we go. These are what is called crank top tied. You can just see the tiny holes through the very top. That is for the false barbed wire. These are called crank top, so that's why they're called the A, the 007-00-8, because they're crank top. You can get straight top ones as well. I think they're the standard coding ones. So let me just move those out of the way. So I have put in here first beam for the fence, for the gate, and a beam for it to attach. Now that gate isn't glued in. It's just pretty much, I've got the fitting that tight. It just sits in there nicely. We've got the support in either side, and I started either side the first post to follow on. Now I wanted to do that because I wanted to ensure it wasn't too close to the passing trains. Now I've trusted it with all trains that would fit in here, these being the longest, the 66s, and they're close, but they're nowhere near going to touch at all. Now this is the closest part to the track. Everywhere else it will be slightly further away. And these posts are recommended to be 28 to 32 millimeters apart at your description. So I've gone 30 mil, I've gone right in the middle. So I've got the metal ruler to measure 30 centimeters apart. And one thing I have noticed, it does say to put these posts in, use a 1.5 mil drill bit. Well, I found that to be too small. These posts will not fit into a hole of 1.5 millimeters. So I've gone for the 2 mil, and they fit really nice and snug. And then with a tiny, tiny drop of super glue gel, my favorite glue, just on the hole, slide it in, and you've got plenty of time to make any adjustments before the glue sets. Obviously dry fit before you put any glue in to make sure it goes. Right, so that's that. Let's have a look at the chat. Let's have a look. Yes. Okie dokie. So who else have we got dropping in? March West Junction at TMD is in. Good evening. Mark Thompson is in. Who else have we got in? Matthew Whitmore. Good. Wig Wag Workshop. Hello to you. New name tonight. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're well. Hope you enjoy the show. Each week we do a kit build, kit paint, or we have a little bit of a chit chat about model railways in general. Who else have we got else in? Any other names to mention? Jason, Barnabas Junction. Question: what made you put the fence post that way round, i.e. facing the track and not the road? Not a criticism. Well, yeah, I completely understand why you would actually ask that question. Now, I've asked the question myself, and I can't generally get a correct answer on which is the right way round or not. Most people are saying that the tops should face in to the area that you are keeping people out of as such, purely because in the eyes of the law, if that top crank is pointing out of the boundary that you're protecting and someone injures themselves outside that boundary, then they can then, sorry to be bluntly, they can prosecute you for their injury that they attain, because the top area is out of the boundary of the area that's being protected. Please, if you understand what I mean, please let us know. So the reason why it points inwards is then because then the barbed wire is on the inside of the protected area. So thus it's covered by their, it's covered in their warehouse or wherever you might be protecting. So yeah, I can understand. But that is the theory I have kind of come round to think of when talking to other people. I have mentioned it with other people about which way round it should be, and apparently that is the most common question asked, and that is the kind of answer I always seem to get. Western Signalman, good evening to you. Tico Sprinters in, good evening, Tico. Let's just have a look at where that question was. He just wants to make it when you jump the fence, you can't leave the trains. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, keep them in there. If they want to see the trains, they've got to stay in there. Yes, for those who are asking I've just seen if someone asked about what type of fencing it is. What kit is this? Again, this is the scale model scenery chain link security fencing LX007-00-A. I think the most trickiest part of this kit build is going to be putting the meshing on, which I've looked, and it says in the instructions a certain method. I'm not sure whether we'll get to that. We may do. Oh, my heater's just kicked in. Must have just cooled down a little bit. Not sure if we'll actually get to putting that on, but we'll see how it goes. We may be able to get a certain area done. So, yeah, we've got the instructions. For those that you want to know what paint I've used, because these obviously bear, if you look at the back, they are MDF, and then they come unpainted. I have used Humbrol acrylic grey primer. It's grey 64, code AD6064 in matte. Let's see if that will focus. There we go. So it's an acrylic primer, and it's actually really good stuff, and it dries super fast. So within 10 minutes, I was able to start taking these off the sprue and get working. So hopefully, without drowning you out too much, I'm going to be fitting some more posts, and we're talking about the positioning of them as we go along. Quick drink. But before we do, we need to do this. Yes, it is shout out time, and it is shout out number 1. Now, I've been looking through YouTube, looking through my subscriptions and elsewhere beyond my subscriptions channels, looking for channels that I'm not yet subscribed to, but I've come across 3 today that I don't think I've ever featured on a shout out. And the first one today, excuse me, if my moderator is at the ready, Flymo, the great magic moderator, he's going to be posting it in the link of today's first channel that we're going to be shouting out. And that channel is, and hopefully I can pronounce it correctly, Brayworth Park. Brayworth Park. If you haven't seen this channel, I definitely recommend you give it a look up. Just one moment, I've got to come off it. Where is it? So Brayworth Park is shout out number 1 today. And these channels I've selected, I've looked through them. Let's have a look at their about section. Brayworth Park is a loft 00 gauge layout. Good man, good modeler. It's a modern image, but with some steam running too. It's not based on anywhere, but I enjoy running all types of freight and passenger stock. This channel currently sitting at 474 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, I would love to see if we can get him up to 500 subscribers today. There are, at the moment, 46 of you watching. Please give us a thumbs up if you are watching. 46 of you watching. So with those 46, even if only half of you do hit the subscribe button, you like what you see, then we can certainly get him up to his 500 subscriber mark. So, yes, Brayworth Park, great channel. I love the thumbnails also on his channel. For the layout, some great freight stock. He's recently published a video 12 days ago. I think it was the latest one. Let me just click on. 12 days ago, latest video is Brayworth Model Railway January 2022 update. As always, if you do like what you see and you do subscribe, click on the bell at the side of the subscribe button. Click on all so you don't miss out on any further notifications or releases of that channel and interact with that channel as well. The best way to interact is go onto his latest video, give it some thumbs up, and drop a comment. Just state that you've come across this channel after hearing about it on the YouTube Tuesday from Barnabas Junction. So yes, first shout out today, Brayworth Park. We'll keep an eye out on that channel, see how we can do with those subscriptions. Right. Next thing then, right, is to, nope, that's the wrong, I'm looking at the wrong channel now. Right, there we go. So, already looking great, 482 subscribers, superb stuff. I do like his channel icon now as well, plus €37, Phoenix. Oh, man, great channel. 482 indeed. It's a good subscription number. 483. Keep them going, guys. If you like what you see, say it, see it. You know what I mean. So again, let's go quickly back to the chat before we crack on with the putting these in. Any other people to give a hello to? Any more new names in the chat? Don't know why, but my chat is not updating. Let's just refresh it. There we go. It's now refreshing. And I can see lots of different names in the chat. CSX Wrensville, good evening to you. Hollybrook Junction, good evening to you. Let's have a look what people have been saying. Hi all. Is there a way of damp proofing MDF hard standing? Yes. Paint it in PVA. Coat it in PVA. That back scene behind me there, although it's not on MDF, it's on pine, which can still warp with damp. I completely coated that in a PVA, completely with PVA before putting that back scene on to stop any damp or moisture getting into it to make it warp. And it was perfect, because then when I came to put the PVA, the glue on to put the back scene on, it really did stick well. So yeah, complete coat in PVA is what I recommend. Anyway, back to this. Well, he's at 483 already. Well done, everyone. Yes, indeed. Let's keep looking at it. 483, 485. Keep it going, guys. If you like it, then please do subscribe. Craig's Hobbies and Trains. Thanks for joining us, saying he's subbed to him. I'll go through his videos as I'm nosy like that. Good on you. Yeah, definitely go back, have a look at some of his older videos. There's some good little running session videos I've seen from that channel as well. And lately in modern freight and stuff like that. I really do like that sort of thing. Western Signalman saying he's subscribed. Thank you very much, and good evening to you. Great to see Beatenhoff also back on the scene. He has been working on his layout after a year break. Right, so we're 23 minutes in and we have not done anything yet. So I'm going to leave the camera there so you can see what I'm doing close up. Let's move that train out of the way. Now the whole layout is switched off, so there's no way of me sorting the system out by putting that on the track. Two more shout outs yet to come on, and who will it be? And will you like what you see? Right, so next post, 30 centimeters approx, and that's somewhere around there. So I've got my trusty drill, battery cordless drill, and we get that lined up now for the next post, which is going to be there. So just a small, doesn't have to be far, just a 2mm hole. Like I said, it does say 1.5mm. But I found that was too small for the ends of these. And as you can see, that, oh, on these you probably won't see, but right on the end it's tapered as well. It's stepped, so it only goes in so far, so you know when to stop. But you can judge it now. I've done that in 2mm, and that is actually still quite tight. So you can see 1.5 just slotted in. That is the height required. That one is slightly higher. It's going to step down. So I'm just going to adjust its position So I'm dry fitting these now before I glue them in. Those ones are glued in, and as I said, the gate is not glued in. It's that good of a fit, it just literally comes out. One thing I did notice though is these little bits on top of the gate, you can just see out in front of my finger, they are ever so fragile, so be very careful with those. I did actually break one off, and I've actually had to very carefully glue it back on. So I'll just fit that back in there because I want to keep that there nice and safe. Right, so that's one, and we, as always, we just carry on. So this might seem a bit boring for some people. If you don't want to watch this, then fine. Now I want to leave. I need to leave a tiny gap here, and that's because I'm going to be putting some footpathing just in front of this control panel. I'm just checking now, and that is perfect. So the fence, if I place that in there now, slightly not straight, but not to worry, that fits in there. And I'll take you for a closer look now before we go any further. So if you can see there, just enough gap for a footpath to go past there, so it's a good fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the camera, up top here and point you down so you can actually see what I'm doing down there. Okay, so again, moving along 30 centimeters approx. That one's not slightly in line, but when it glues in, I can hold that in place. So, like I say, dry fitting, and using the metal ruler like this does ensure a straight line for the fencing as well, because you can line them all up against each other. So next one is roughly, I'll just take that out. Apologies if my hand is in the way. Ooh, let's pick that one up. Let's place that one back in and grab another. So this is why I ordered 2 packs, because as I'm progressing around with these, this has got to go up to as far as the footbridge. So we're going to be running this up as far as this footbridge, and then pretty much going to come to a stop on this section here. This footbridge is in its exact position where I need it to go, so we're fine there. Just blow all the bits away. So that footpath, as I said, would run along the edge of here and go up to that footbridge. So we carry on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a measuring stick. It's a little bit smaller because I want to now slightly curve this. In fact, I'm going to do it like this. If I keep along the... No, that's actually fine. If I keep along the edge of the ballast that's already there, and I'm going to do a few now at a time. I've got to be very careful that I don't go all the way through. There's a lot of electronics underneath here. Now then, I think that's going to measure up pretty well. Yes, it is. So the last one is going to approximately be there. Okay. We'll get those in. And then we'll have a look at the chat. Try my best to keep up with the chat as I can. You can space these out at any distance you personally want, but for the obviously the more realistic, they've given kind of the measurements that would be against the realistic world. So I don't know what those measurements would work out in real. If someone could do the mathematics, they're welcome. So we're going on 30 millimeter, which is 3 centimeter mark. If you convert that in 1/76 scale, so basically 30 centimeters times it by 76, and that will give you your realistic real life distance, I should say. I currently haven't got a calculator at hand, so if someone has and they want to do some mathematics, then please do let us know. Timber surf's in 7.5 foot, he says. The man, well done. 7.5 foot. That, I would say, is pretty much right then. Because it's wooden fence panels, they're approximately 6 foot. These would be a little bit lot further, I would say. This meshing would probably go beyond this and go behind there as well. So just make sure that's in position perfectly. It is. You noticed I've done the painting. I've posted out earlier some of them unfinished jobs. That was one of the unfinished jobs from one of the previous. Well, in fact, I think it was from the first one of the series. This series 5, where we started off with the small one, if you remember. Had a bit of a problem with that because I went and left it to dry in front of that fan and crinkled the paint a little bit, but not to worry. Not to worry at all. So let's have a look at the chat. What are people saying? I've just seen another name of somebody that's in the chat. MRYCG Junction, good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Brian, you're crazy. Scratch from Bernie. Hey Digger, you not multitasking? Right, I've got to go early, start working tomorrow. Okie dokie, Mark Thompson. Stay safe. Have a safe day at work. What's this now? Your live streams are never boring, Jason. We all enjoy Tuesdays on YouTube because you are on. That's very kind of you, Simon. Thank you very much. Effingham, evening all. Sorry I'm late. I've been kit bashing the Metcalfe Castle. Ooh, I'd like to see some pictures on that. That castle is pretty good. Adds to the realism if they're a bit wonky, says Brian. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that because nothing's perfect in the world. Everything's kind of not spot on. Evening all. How do sticky fingers? Mark Thompson, keep safe, chap. Hi, Craig. That's Craig's Hobbies and Trains, catching up with the chat. All good here. Thanks, Craig. Hope you are okay too. I'm good, thanks, Digger. Trying to edit my update video is a nightmare as I just don't have time to finish it, says Brian. You have plenty of time because you can publish it when you want to, not when people expect you to. So you've got all the time in the world. Everyone's saying hi to Timber. Excellent, mate. Just subbed, although I was subbed before. YouTube must have removed me. Yes, you need to make sure you interact with the channel at least every couple of weeks, I would say, to ensure they don't remove it. Wow, chat is going nuts. I'm trying to catch up with it. Looks good already without the mesh. It does actually. I can just make it out. Let me just take you a bit further round so you can see it. Just tilt the camera down. Yeah, it's looking all right already, even without the mesh, as you say. And I will add some of the supports occasionally, because I think the supports have to go in just like they've done on the gate. If I just tilt that round, sorry. Just like it is on the gate here. There will be supports every so often to help with the tension of the mesh and stuff like that. Was impressive going over the 3 tracks. Definitely a product I want to buy. Did you see the photos of last week's bridge? So I did see the photos of last week's bridge. Yeah, it's actually over there at the moment, and I am really mega impressed with that. And I've got some additions very kindly being sent over for me to make that so it doesn't have to be on a platform and it can be used on a line side. So those will be, I'll be letting you know on those soon. Did someone saying hi to Route 7? I think I did. Route 7 Steve, good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. I like the new range of Metcalf kits. I do, Osler Street too. Craig's Train Hobbies, fly mode. Yeah, I dodged a bullet with that layout. Would have not been able to get to underground sections unless I had 2-foot long fingers. People are saying hi to Route 7 at the gates and corners, Jason. Yes, not just in corners, but obviously so far along because of tension. I have seen that quite a bit in other places. So already, as you said, it's looking good even without the mesh, and it's given this a bit of character already. This needs dirtying up a bit. And the reason why I want to get this done now is because I really, really want to get cracking on the scenery around this TND. And this fencing, first of all, the bridge, which was holding me up. I needed to get the bridge done so I could get the fencing in. I needed to get the fencing in because I can start putting shrubberies and trees and bushes and stuff like overgrowth on this, because it really does need it now. So yeah, fencing was the next step. So what do you think, guys? What do you think of it so far? Pretty easy to work with. I think what we'll do is we'll go over that way before going over that, carrying on that, we'll go that way. Because I'm going to make some minor changes to the very end where the double gates are going to go, because I'm making this into a little car park here. So I'm just going to spin this camera around so you can see this area. That area there, as you can see, it's all blank. I'm going to make that into a little bit of a car park, I think, or maybe just an access road to basically to this office block. So we're going to carry it on along here. We'll just move some stuff out of the way. Reason being is if you look at that far end over there, we've got that nice big open space. Yeah. But at the moment, there's no way getting from that to here because that's in the way. So, live on this show, if I can find what I'm looking for, we're going to remove it. No, my hammer's downstairs, but not to worry, we can use a screwdriver. And just like that, we remove it. I need my knife, because I know that is a full section of shrubbery. That is now removed. So I'm just going to get my sanding block. I can't remember where I put it. It's in here somewhere. I hit my hand yesterday. There's my sanding block. Sanding block, where are you? There it is. Here it is there somewhere. There we go. Oh, perfect. Lovely and smooth. Anyone wants to know what that sanding block again? Harris's in Morrison's, I think that was. Nice little sanding block. Have a look at the chat. Forget the sanding block. Nice APT in the background, but must find that sanding block. Yes, that is the original APT, as you all know if you've been following the channel for a long time. Sound warning not supplied. Sorry if I deafened you a bit. Go on then, have a note. There it is, look at it. Right, so I can probably stick that on the end there like that or something. I don't know, stick it there for now. So we're going to have the, I just noticed, nail coming out. So we're going to have the double gates, which are supplied in this. Those double gates will be here, and I did do a pre-measurement, and they are a perfect fit apparently. But we won't know that until we get to it. So what we'll do is we'll carry on with the posts down this block. We just clear all the bits. There we go. Oh, and Jim Bob has just gone for a Burton. He can hold on to that. Let's get the next posts in. Now these will go, these posts will go almost, well, they will go amongst the ballast on this side. What I will do, actually, I'm just going to get the train. Just make sure that's not going to be anywhere near. Nope, that's perfectly fine. It moves, gets away. Absolutely nowhere near any of that. So let's carry on. I've just put that down somewhere. There it is. So I want that to, I might take that out as well. We'll have to wait and see. Let's carry on drilling. Just stop there for a moment and let's do some fitting. Now what I've noticed I've just done is as I've gone along there, I've actually gone further out, which I'm not too far. I did think I would. I've not gone in a perfect straight line. Let's have a look. No, I've not gone in a perfect straight line. If I had done, it would have been there. So maybe might just re-drill a few of those actually, because I think I've gone too far out. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to get that in line with there. So that one's fine. That one's fine. Right, that's where I went wrong there, that one. So that one's 21, that one should be 18. That one's actually right, so that one should be 15. Should be there. 12. Nine. 6. 3. Yeah, that's a major difference. Yeah, that's better. Right, so let's get some posts in those. Yep, that's a good fit. So again, 2mm hot drill bit for the holes, not 1.5. If you try putting them in 1.5, as it says, you will very, or I would say you would most definitely break them. Using a 2mm. So that one's a bit tight. So using I'll come back to that one. Using 2mm, they're still tight. Let me just re-drill that one. Yeah, so using 2mm, they're still tight. Yeah, that's better. Done it this time. Let's just check the train. Make sure they're not getting too close. No, that's actually just right, that is, I'd say. Obviously, prototypically, you wouldn't have them that close to the train, but because I'm trying to squeeze in as much as I can into this space, they are a little bit closer than they should be. They probably would be about another inch away. I want to create some form of trackway to this area, leaving enough space. And we've drilled one more. These holes are getting tight. I'm just in, so they're as far as there. Clive Cobold, sorry you're late. No, you're never late to the party. It's a work meeting. People chatting amongst themselves. Charlie Gowan, good evening to Charlie. Who else got in the chat? Everyone's saying hi to Clive. If the driver sticks his head out the fence, it will rip his head off. Yeah, you can have a bit of a haircut, can't he? It's not too bad. Let's show you. As you can see, it is a little close. It is a little close, but they are actually leaning forward a little bit. Once I've set the glue, they'll get tilted back a bit. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go with that. So you can just position that. You can just get an idea of how close that is. So I've got some more on there for you. Now it's a bit brighter. Quick drink. And I think it's time for number 2. So shout out number 2, and again another channel which I believe has never been featured on the YouTube Tuesday before, but is deserving a shout out for most certainly. Let's have a look at his about section as well. Okay, so if I pronounce this right, it goes out, shout out number 2 for tonight's show, goes out to Charliemont Parkway. If I've done that, Charliemont Parkway is the channel. Oh, I've just come off it for some reason. Charliemont Parkway. Yes, Charliemont Parkway, double O gauge model railway. And let's have a look at his about section. So his about section says, double O gauge loft layout, another loft layout. Started from scratch with 60% of the layout scratch built made. It runs mainly BR Blue, but with a twist of Heritage Railway Line. Videos will consist of how-tos and running sessions. Listed below each video are links to most of the tools and materials he uses on his build. So it is, the channel is Charliemont Parkway, double O gauge model railway. Currently sitting on 484 subscribers. Remember, please do, if you like what you see, do subscribe. If you've never come across this channel before, please do subscribe. Click the bell for selecting all notifications and interact with the channel as well with your subscription by going on to one of his latest videos. And he's done one a month ago. He said LMS, is that the most recent one? I'll just double check. LMS Princess Coronation Class 6233 Duchess of Sutherland. Video of that. But yes, he does like his BR Blue, and there's some great photographs on his thumbnails. That's something really did stand out to me, is his thumbnails. Super impressive BR Blue class locomotives. Definitely something to take a look at. Charliemont Parkway, double O gauge model railway. Please do subscribe and interact with that channel if you would like it. And I say, interact, go on his latest video, comment on it, give it some thumbs up. You've heard about this channel on Barnabas Junction's YouTube Tuesday. Right, so let's get on with the final ones. I'm still looking at that piece of walling just here at the end, and I'm contemplating taking that out and running this fencing all the way to the end to then go across for the gates. Yes, I think we will. So I'm going to get the screwdriver again, and we're going to prise that off gently. There we go. It's off. Took a bit of ballast with it as well, which is good because that means it's good positioning for the fencing to go in. Right. So we're going to continue this to the end, and then we'll make preparations for the gate at the end. Right, let's get that loco out of the way. I have to move the camera first. And what we'll do is I'll bring the camera down to this level so you've got a good view of what I'm up to. Now, I'm not sure whether it's not showing the camera's moved. Can you all hear me okay? Just to clarify, the stream is still running, according to my computer, that the camera has not moved. I'm just double checking to make sure everything's fine. I think we've got a frozen camera. Still saying we are online. Let me just do a quick refresh. Stream is still going. Sounds okay, but the picture has frozen. One moment then. Yes, I had a feeling this might happen, so just bear with me. I think I know what's happened. Yes, so I just changed the camera. Just bear with me while I switch to the other camera. Yes, back working again, I think. There we are, we're back in business. Right. I was using an extension lead on my camera, but the extension lead's a little bit temperamental. I've got two of them, and I wasn't sure which one was the one I had. So we're back in business. So just to clarify, everyone can hear me okay? I think we're in a tunnel, said Andy. Yay, we're back. Good stuff. Right. So, yeah, so Charliemont Parkway was that latest shout out. Let me get back to the stream. Have a look at the chat. I don't like the dark, says Jeff Hammond. Can you hear Jason? There's some static sound and the picture's frozen. Yes, I think we're all back. Everyone, thumbs up. Let's see those talking about DB loco is off. Hooray, we are back. Good stuff. Good, good, good. Right, so I've moved the camera. So you're closer to the area I'm now working on. Right, so let me move that out of the way so we don't get white balance. Quick drink. Let's carry on. I'm going to put the light on the camera. That's better. So because I'm going to be stood in front of the light. So this will. Do you know what? I'm actually thinking now. I am actually thinking now whether those other holes might be better. Because of the positioning of where I want it to get to at the end. I need it to be off this ballast. Now, if I did it there, that would actually be. So, do you know what we're going to do? We actually are going to switch to the far away holes. So the driver's not going to get his head chopped off by the barbed wire, after all. And I might just adjust that one as well. Yeah, I will. There we go. And that one. Let's adjust that one. So just these first few, just moving them back a bit. That's it. So that will now give me the perfect line up to there. So here we go. There we go. 27, 24, 21. I can count. 18, 15. 12, 9, 6, 3, and the last one just at the end. That's it. That's perfect, that was. Okay, now Have we got enough posts? I think we've just got enough. If not, we might have to get the other pack open for a couple of posts, but obviously I haven't got them sprayed up yet. But fingers crossed we've got enough here. I think just the right amount. Need 3 more. Oh, we've got 2 more. Where's the drill hole gone? It's there somewhere. There it is. Okay, there we go. That is just shy of there, so it goes all the way down to the footbridge. Now, if anyone wants, I haven't got me long tape measure up here, but what I've got is my long metal. I'm just going to get a measurement of the distance that covers. Now, these are spaced out 30 mil, 3 centimeters apart. So that was 23 inches to there. And from there, another 16 inches, 39 inches. That's just stretched over, 39 inches. Give or take a tiny bit. So 39 inches, anyone wants to convert that into English money, into centimetres and such, you'll get an idea then of the distance that it covers. Now, like I said, some uprights will go in amongst these for tensioning. Obviously there's going to be, when I get the other pack, there will be another one there, right at the end here. There will be another one there, although I could do it there. I need another couple of posts there. So another one will go right at the end there. There'll be a strengthener on that. And then every so often along, all the way along, there will be further strengtheners, just like there is here. So probably about halfway. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. So we come back 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 11th, that one there needs strengtheners on it, because that's the middle one of them all. So we're going to put some strengtheners on it now. These are really easy to do. The strengtheners are nothing difficult about these at all. Now they are angled already on the sprue, as you can see. Angled so they obviously sit up against the side beam and on the floor. So I'm just going to cut those, 2 of those out. Without them flying across the floor. There we go. So there's 2. CSX Renswell, I've done over 5 foot of this chain link fencing. Wow. That must be about 4 foot, 3 foot this, or 5 foot. Yeah, I'm going to be looking at doing approximately 6, because I've got the other side of the footbridge. So I've got from here along there to do as well, all the way to the end. So this board is 6 foot, so there will be 6 foot of it. So yeah, there will be 6 foot. Well, a metre is 3 foot 4 inches. Right. 1 inch short of 40, if that helps. 3 foot 3 inches, so 3 foot, yeah, 39 is a metre. So yeah, it's a metre long then. Covers a metre. Right. Now this glue, the only thing about this glue gel, it oozes out on its own, but does has its help. So 11th again, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's on that one there. I'm going to point it at it so I know where it is. So we'll simply, the angled bit, that end sits up against like so. So dry fit these. Bit like that. So I'm not going to secure it to the floor. I'm just going to secure it. So just put a bit of glue on there. And rest that up against that post, like so. And we'll get the other one, wherever I've put it. There it is. Again, on the angled bit, just a dab of glue. And just rest that literally up against there. That's all you do. We've got strengthening in the middle to take tension. Could put more on. There are lots on this, really, to be honest. I say there's, the thing is, 2 for every. There's another 2 there, so I'm going to need at least 3 for the big gates, and another 2 for up towards the bridge. But that's still going to leave 5 or 6 left over. So there's still plenty of the supports that, if I wanted to, I could always add some more. I don't think I could add another one there, and I could add another one there. But I don't think I'm going to need it. I think that just that one gives a bit of character. But yeah, it looks, even before the meshing's gone on. Right, talking of meshing. This is the bit I'm really quite nervous of actually doing. I'll try and take this mesh out without pulling the wiring out, the cable for the top. Which incidentally is like, I don't know if you can actually, can you see that? That is so tiny. That is what's got to be fed through each of those tiny little holes. But obviously these are all dry fitted at the moment, they're not glued in. So I'm not even going to attempt until I've actually glued them in. But this is the netting. Very fine, that's actually doubled up. So it's very see-through, but it's still, it's strong. It's a good netting, which obviously to the chain link fencing. And they do describe a particular way for cutting this, and that is using parcel tape. I'm going to show you the instructions, because it says lay it out and place parcel tape over the area you're cutting, yeah, and then cut through the tape, stopping the mesh from rooking up, or basically you get a good straight line. And then basically after that you just peel the tape off. Do you like that idea? And we're going to see how that comes out. Question is, it also states try to do the meshing in short sections. So how short? Does it say how short? Cut the right, glue posts into position and allow them to dry. Cover the nylon mesh with the strip of parcel tape, then mark out the strip approximately 26 millimeters tall using a fine tip pen and ruler. So then mark out, right. Cut the nylon mesh and the tape along the marked lines using a very sharp craft knife. Hand-free may be the easiest, but cutting slowly to allow tight to your marked line. Peel then the tape off the mesh and glue the mesh into position on the fence posts. Glue stays into place on the end. What's that? Glue stays into place on the end and corner posts as required. Okay, so it recommends 26 millimeters height on the posts. Right, so, but first of all, we need to glue those posts into position. So that's going to be our next job. Now, right, that was the first one. So what we're going to do, now we're going to take out all the posts, laying them down. I'll leave that one there for now. I'll do that one last. Well, that's still glue setting. Okay. And simply over the holes. Best to use super glue gel, because one, it's clear, and two, you can literally squeeze it into the holes. And it does set very fast. So I'll just go along these holes, and because you're only putting a small bit in, if you do actually have to remove them, the glue will break enough for you able to take them back out again, but I can't see you ever probably needing to. Put them in. Making sure they're nice and straight. There we go, nice. Yep. Oop, nearly put that one in the wrong way around then. Now, if anyone's interested in these, I have put a link to this exact kit in the description below. Now, these kits I have bought. They've not been donated in any way. It's not an affiliate link, so I'm not going to be making anything from it. It is purely so you, the viewers, if you're interested, know where to go to get this particular kit. If you're interested at all. Oh, nearly put that one in the wrong way round. And the last one that we've got available, if it'll go in, it's gone in. There we go. Now there was one which I leaned on. There it is. I leaned on that one and it broke. So I'll just have to pull out and repair it. I'll have to hold that in place while that glues. That's how fragile these are. You do have to be careful with them. And is that one stuck? Yeah, I can take that one out. See, that's stuck. But the reason why, that's why I didn't glue it to the floor. It stays. Squeeze a dab of glue into there. I'll do the others as well, what we did earlier, so that can just go down. And there we go, that's glued in. We'll leave that now to dry, and it won't take very long. So let's have a look at the chat. Oh, let's have a look. Seeing some new names in there joining us tonight. Right. I've noticed on my webcam thing that it does not like the extension link. Yeah, it doesn't now. Wow, I froze. Then a ton of messages just started coming in. Andy's getting off. Take care, Andy. Sorry, I've got to go catch the rest tomorrow. Bye, everyone. No worries. Morland, Model Railway, Andy, thanks for joining us. The Midland Pullman is getting put about a bit. Matthew, yes, it is. Technical focus at this end, and the chat did freeze for some folk. Craig Hobbies, yeah. It's still weird when that happens, though. You can, yeah. Good, looking good, Jason. Thank you very much, Oswald Street. That has filled in well. Looking good. It's even though it's I said even without the meshing, it's really given it a good touch. That I will take some photographs and I'll post them in the community tab of the page, and as soon as possible after the show. Can you lift out the driver's shed if you need to get into the can you lift out the driver's sheds if you need to get into the mesh? Yes. That's actually, because that's further away, that's much better actually. That is much better. The only reason why it was really close here is simply because of me keeping that gap going down the side there. But it did open up on this far side as well, up to the footbridge. So yeah, it was right to be moving that a bit further out. It does look good actually. Up well and onwards. Aaron, good evening. Is it nylon, Jason? The wiring, the chain link as well. I do believe it is. I do believe this is a nylon mesh. Yeah, definitely. It's got. In fact, does it actually say? Does it actually say what it is? Yeah, nylon mesh, it says. Yeah, it's a nylon mesh, and the wiring bit at the top, it's fishing line, apparently. Pull the fishing line taut and glue the other ends in place. Hold while the glue sets to keep the fishing line tight. Yeah, it's fishing line. So that's a very, very fine line. As you can see, can you just see it in there? You see, there it is. That is actually fishing wire. So you could, it's obviously that's the particular size that fits through the tiny holes in the beam. But I supposedly you can get a little bit thicker stuff. I approve of the tape method. 2-inch wide masking tape works just as well. Thank you very much, CSX. I've got both, so I could give it a go with either way, whichever is the best option from my methods. Cut on a cutting mat, use new blade and press down very hard with the steel rule. Well, it's a good job I've got a super long steel rule and a short one. And yes, I've got a cutting mat, a new and an old. Will decent scissors not work? Probably not, because the meshing will move about. Let me get the meshing. Where is it? Because as you're trying to cut, even on the tape, it's going to move about. Yeah, it's going to move about even on the tape. So if it's held down on a cutting mat very tight, it's not going to be able to move, and you'll get a nicer, cleaner cut, I presume. Is the glue on the parcel tape not a bit fierce? Masking tape it is then. Depends on where you get the parcel tape from. I've got some that is absolutely terrible, and it pretty much won't stick to butter. Masking tape peels off easy, less tack. I suppose the mesh sits still sits better, and then use the sharp knife. Arnold Reynolds, good evening, Jason, and all in the chat. Oops, sorry, I am late. Never late. Welcome at any time. I got carried away in the loft again. Oh, right, the SATA enclosure arriving Friday. Thanks for your help, Jason. You're very welcome, Alan. All the best with that. I presume you got the hard drive out. Everyone's saying hello to Alan. I'd be worried of the brown sticky surface coming off the tape. Yeah, that could be a case. Masking tape sticks to well as soft glue, and it gets in as well, has soft glue that gets into the mesh. Brown tape has thinner layer and does not stick as well. Okay. I'll try both options. What's everyone's opinions on Shapeways printing? Never heard of them, I'm afraid. Well, contact the person selling it on Shapeways. They may do your deal if you buy direct. Right, CSX says masking tape worked fine for him. Nearly all the way round baseboards with loosely laid track. Oh, can't bet you can't wait to get something running. That's a handy tip. Cheers, Leslie. I bought some local bodies from a guy in New York City, originally advertised on Shapeways. He even sent me the misprints, and they were even cheaper. It'll be something to look closely for, as posts suggest the fence and fills in the area. Aaron's boss is on to him again. Crap, gotta go, boss. He's on his rounds. You take care, Aaron. The wire and the mesh size, yeah, okay. Dragon, hey up, Alan. Dragon Junction Mark 2. Hello, Jason. Hello to you, Alan. Thanks for joining us. The mesh is fabric. My kit was, yes. Evening, everyone saying hello to Alan of Dragon Junction. Right. What are we on now? I think it's time for... If a mouse will work. It's time for... Indeed, it is time for shout out number 3. Now, this is a channel, and the owner of this channel does occasionally actually join us here. Not here tonight, but has joined us here in the past on the show. And is kind of involved in the exhibition scene as well. And that third shout out tonight goes to... well, the channel name is called Ebsworth Street, but that is one of 2 layouts. He does have the layout Gordon Street, Gordon's Lane, sorry. So the channel name is Ebsworth Street, but he does have another layout on that channel called, I've forgotten what it's called now, Gordon's Lane, which is what he's primarily focusing his channel on at the moment. And that is, I believe, an actual exhibition layout under construction. Alan's just sending me some pictures. Thank you very much, Alan. A couple of pictures he's just sent over. Unfortunately, I can't join them. I'm viewing the pictures on my phone, but... lovely pictures, Alan. In fact, what I can do is just send me an interesting picture, actually, of a kit, and I'd like to know how you felt on it. A kit. Let me just see if I can just show this on the screen, actually. A kit. Let me take the ring light off. There we go. Dragon Junction. It's the Scale Model Scenery Scaffolding Kit, I believe. How did you get on with that kit, Alan? I'd be appreciated to know that, because it's one of the kits I'm looking to construct in the near future that I do have myself. So that's Dragon Junction sending over a couple of pictures. Let's see if we can... he's sent another one there. The scale, I presume that is the Scale Model Scenery Scaffolding Kit. Nice kits, Alan. Thank you for sending them over. So the shout out then, yes, the shout out is Ebsworth Street. Let's have a look at its about section. Nice, good, long about section. So, welcome to Ebsworth Street channel. I hope to bring you regular updates, reviews, layouts, and projects along the way. Also, out and about at exhibitions or train day outs. Layouts that I am involved in. Okay, so there's more than two. Is Ebsworth Street, which is the channel name. Gordon's Lane, which is what the videos he's focusing on at the moment. Wessex Main Line, Oak Lane TMD, Tramlink. Stonycroft Junction, Cedar Court Wagon Yard. The West Exchange Sidings. Beckwith SR, Third Rail Layout. Court Road, Test Track, Corkscrew Green, Medway Quay, Peter Street Station, Asbury and Greenwich. Wow, that's a long list of layouts to be operating on. How he finds the time is way beyond how I could think. I struggle with just this one. But well done to him being involved in all those layouts. He says, I've been in the hobby for 25 years, working in various retail shops, Model Zone, the Signal Box, Evictor Model Rail. I'm also the chairman of the Beckenham and West Wickham Model Railway Club. I've worked as a signal and telecommunications engineer, signaller at Reigate, Three Bridge ROC East Sussex Panel, London Victoria Area Signalling Centre Eastern Side and Shift Signalling Manager at London Bridge Area, Signalling Centre for Network Rail, and I've been Business Implement Manager for GBRF and now at South Eastern Railway as Eyewitness Controller. Wow, what a CV that is. Fantastic stuff. So yeah, please do check out this channel. I'm seeing the subscriber numbers shooting up. It's absolutely fantastic stuff, that is. I'm getting some pictures now being sent over from David Capper over at Beatonhoff Junction of his current track lane. And I'll bring that up on the screen for you, just as we... So he's busy with his track lane. Very busy, good stuff. And one thing I did spy is, yes, he's watching someone on YouTube. I wonder who that is. So yeah, good stuff with the layout. Beatonhoff Junction. We look forward to seeing trains up and running again on the layout very soon. So yeah, Ebsworth Street, interact with the channel, subscribe to it if you like what you see, and click the bell for all notifications. So obviously select all. Interact with that channel by commenting on the latest video you've subscribed after seeing this on Barnabas Junction's YouTube Tuesday. What I've just noticed, and that's obviously because there is nothing on, is let's get some lights on this TMD. There we go, got the lights on. So I think for extremely how fiddly this meshing is going to be, I don't think we're going to get the opportunity to get this meshing on today, unfortunately. Billy Bob's gone for a Burton again. Hold on tight, Billy Bob. Hold on to that post. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get the opportunity to get on adding the mesh tonight, which is unfortunate. These are absolutely dried solid already, but I will undoubtedly look at getting it done for next week's show so you can see it all. And obviously I will get the others, the gates over the far end, which I can't know, there they are. So we'll look at getting those gates in there as well on the end, if I can get that to stand up. So the gates will be on the end as well. Just that. It's not going to be like that. But yeah, I'll get those gates on as well at the end, and then we can get this properly ready for a bit of a trackway up to the office block. All good stuff. Right. So, one last thing for you all then this evening. And I'm going to say it again. I said this last week, actually. It was... I'm scratch building another double rail bridge. Video coming soon, says Alan. Quite a list. Just looking at what people are saying about those pictures. Unadvertised modeller's moment, nicer scaffolding. So unfortunately, we don't actually officially have any modeller's moments this week. Nobody has sent anything in recently. So our backlog of modeller's moments have now expired. So we don't have any modeller's moments to feature for this and the coming weeks. So if you do want to feature in a future modeller's moment, then please get in touch. Send us some photographs, some small video clips, and I will get them featured in the next show. Again, if you want to become a channel supporting member, there is a link, and in fact, I've actually just seen Flymo posted it in, and all appreciated to catch on to the all the perks. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move that out of the way because I need to put the camera up there. Okay, so I need to put the camera up there because I've got something to show you guys. So this next week, let me just check my dates. Next week, yes, next week will be the 1st of February, won't it? And if all of you remember, the heater's just kicked in. All of you remember, I extended the competition they're running on the channel to expire midnight on the 31st of January. Some prizes. I've got a pile of. You see, there's a pile of prizes there, and yes, there's the other box. And I've got a bottle. I've got a box of items here. So there are a number of items now up for grabs for the competition. These are some extra. I've got a couple of other things there. So for engages, we've got Pico, brand new, not been opened. Bungalow by Pico. That is Pico N Lineside kit. What number has it got? A number on it. It's the modern cedarwood type bungalow. Oh, NB-9 for engages. Let's put that light on. We've got, this is all engaged now. We've got some Pico. What are those? Engage build series. Concrete trunking. And we've got various kits. What's that one there? Can't remember what. I think that's a tower block or a hospital block. Kits for an engage. That's some office blocks. I think these are Outland models, and not sure what that one was, but oh, some shops, engaged shops kits. So there's these, all this, and I can grab it without falling off, as well as so the prizes for the engage competition. There we go. So if you want to enter for the engage, those prizes up for grabs. For double O's, we have, I'm throwing in that anyway, because I've got a couple of these. Metcalf, small cottage card kit. That was what I got with the BRM. That's going to be just giving away to a double O gauge modeler. We've got the ratio trackside series overhead traversing crane, and we've got a Oxford diecast van. Those are the double O gauge prizes. Oh, and I'll also be throwing in one of these into each. They came free from BRM. If you little, so each prize O N. It's a little. I've got loads of these. I found them. I'll throw one of those in each as well. And then O gauge, which Nobody's entered for O gauge yet. We've got the O gauge fence, which has never been used. It's still in its package. Still in its packaging. So it's an O gauge fence. If you entered the competition yet for your gauge that you like? If you haven't, why not? 3 lots of prizes, 1 for each level of gauge. Just move these out of the way now. Oh, it's falling on the floor. Put them over there. Right, so have you entered the competition yet? So if you haven't, you've only got a week left. Well, not even that, you've got 6 days. It's really easy. You can't really go wrong with that on this entry. All you've got to do is go, if you've been following each week, is excuse me, list all modelers' moments that featured in episodes 1 to 6 of this series, series 5. That's all you've got to do. List who featured as the modelers' moment on episodes 1 to 6 of this series 5. I will tell you there's one red herring in there. One red herring. Once you've got your list, email that list to me, BarnabasJunction@gmail.com, with that list, and also state which prize lot you would like to enter for. So if you're an N-gauge modeler, put in you're entering in for the N-gauge prizes. You can only enter for 1 gauge of prizes, though I will stress that. So you enter for N, or you might enter for 00, or you might enter for O gauge. Bear in mind, no one's entered for O gauge yet. So even if one person enters, you've won it instantly. It will be drawn live on this show next week, so there'll be no kit building next week. It'll be the draw and a bit of a chit chat. So please, if you want the chance of winning these prizes, there may be a few others yet to appear. Need a drink. There is the talk of maybe one more prize. We'll have to wait and see on that. But if you want the chance of winning these prizes, make sure you get your entry in by email. Any entries via comments in the videos are void and will be removed so people don't see them. But yeah, send your entry in by email to BarnabasJunction@gmail.com. List the 1 to 6 episodes 1 to 6 of the modelers' moments from each of them episodes. Remember, one's a red herring. I'm not telling you which one, just giving you a bit of a easy way of getting in there. And list in that entry what prize you would like to enter. N, OO/HO, or O gauge. It's up to you if you want to enter. I can say we have, I think, there's nobody entered for O gauge yet. So if that doesn't go, we'll keep the prize for another draw in the future. But if not, I might just find somebody that is O gauge and send that to them. But yeah, if you want the chance, then get your entry in. I think there's about 27 entries, 20 entries up to now between the N and OO. Also, bear in mind, if you are a channel member on level 4, as stated in the perks of being on the level 4 membership, you get automatic entry into the competition for the gauge that you actually model. Okay, that is simple as that. Jeff is saying, oh, that's excellent for N-gauge. Well, good stuff. Hope you got your entry in. Looking at the chat right now, just catching up on what people are saying. Fantastic stuff, everybody. So, that looks handy. The crane, OO gauge retaining wall if no one goes. Or a OO gauge, yeah, indeed, could be. Thank you very much, Flymo. I'm not seeing anyone else commenting. They're probably all dashing to get their entries in. So let me just take that off there and bring the chat back up. There we go, it's better. I'm seeing what everyone's saying now. Right, so best month of the year because it's my birthday, says Crossways. Bernie, ooh, fantastic. Oswald Street, it's mine this month on the 28th, the big 4-0. I get the Christmas sale stuff. Ooh, I'm wishing you a happy birthday. Fantastic stuff. Right, so that is it then for this week. Thank you all again, as always, for joining me. Hope I've not bored you too much. Hope that you found that of interest. If you're interested in this kit, then please, there is a link available in the description below. Don't make anything from it or nothing. It's just literally the link directly to purchase this kit. Is even without the meshing, I'm very impressed with it so far. They do come unpainted, so you do have to spray it. Again, I sprayed it with the acrylic spray, primer spray, Grace 64, that is. Easy peasy and dries within seconds. Good stuff, that is indeed. So, yeah, back again next week with that draw. And one final thing before anybody goes anywhere. This Saturday, the MRYCG Series 2, Episode 1 of the Off the Rails podcast will be being broadcast on Sonic Radio from 4 p.m. next Saturday. That's this Saturday coming. Please come and join and have a listen. We'll be going to talk all things model railways, having a chat with a few people, may have a few guests as well. So pop along, listen to it on the radio at thisissonnet.co.uk. Links will be available in the description later on afterwards. I've forgotten to put it in actually. But yeah, please go check it out if you're interested. Just as you're doing a bit of modelling maybe on your model railway on Saturday afternoon from 4 p.m, tune in. You never know, you might just enjoy it. Thank you very much. As always, take care, stay safe, everyone. Thank you for joining me yet again for another week. Thank you for letting me to bore you, as always, every week. Until next week, you take care. Very good care of yourselves. Stay safe, stay well, and best of all, keep on modelling. Bye from me. Take care. Bye-bye.